So guys, I am the first one who is all for recycling. You know, I reuse as much packaging material as I possibly can. One, because I don't want to buy a whole bunch of packing material. You know, why waste money on stuff? And two, hey, it's going to help the environment as well. So that being said, here's a used Amazon box. Okay, you know, I would maybe consider doing something like that. I typically just go grab, you know, priority boxes, but the thing is, this is from Scout Comics. Okay, so this is like, you know, a comic company. You're reusing Amazon boxes? That just makes no sense to me. And to have something arrive in this type of shape, this was bad. I saw this and I'm thinking, oh God, is a comic in this box? I hope not. And then I'm thinking, oh, it must be maybe something I bought off eBay where it's probably not a comic person. This happens to us. Hey, if you buy comics, you've seen this before. Then I look and, oh, this is my order from Scout Comics? What the heck are they doing? Recycling Amazon boxes. They're like a professional company. And this thing is loose inside here, like real loose. So I'm super scared that, you know, what I've gotten here is 20 copies of Zinnober #1, and this is the A cover. Okay, the B cover really just took off, and it went from like cover price to like $25 in the matter of like 4 days. And the A and B covers are not ratio variant or anything like that, so there's really no reason for one to take off and maybe not pull the other one up. So I was able to get cover A at cover price off of Scout Comics website. And my thought was, hey, I probably can sell them for double. You know, there were some sales on Amazon. They were selling for like $6, $7. So I'm thinking, all right, I can maybe sell off half of them and have half that I can just keep that are basically free. With kind of long shot stuffs like this, that's my goal. Yeah, I mean, they're not expensive. Cover price was like, I think, $4. So I bought 20 of them. So it was like $85, $86. You know, that's fine for me for like some type of a possible spec that maybe they could go up to 20 bucks a piece, and then you can sell them and make some money. The tack I'm going to take with this is hopefully they're okay, and secondly, I'll try and sell off about half of them, get my money back. That way I can reinvest that into something else, and then I'll save the 10, hoping that they maybe can go up to about $20. Then I would maybe sell half again and then hold like the last 5 and hope they become like a $200 book or something. Anyway, without any further ado, let's open the dreaded beat up box. Okay, we got some random packing foam material, just some crumpled up paper. More foam, more crumpled up. Well, let's see. No, maybe not. Maybe it's like butcher paper. Looks like they put all the comics, wrap them in this butcher paper. Hopefully they don't fall out on me. Oh, come on, baby. Okay. Oh God, I'm just dreading, like, the next step would be that none of them are bagged and boarded. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so here's the interior plastic bag. Man, if they'd have just taken this, they're bagged and boarded. If they'd have just taken this and taped it shut so there'd be no slack in here and all these comics would act like a brick, we would have zero issues, and I hope that they actually look okay. They stack them all with spines on one side. Don't want to do that. Yeah, free comic book day at the mall. So that's cool. That was free. I actually got a digital download of this, and the story was pretty good. If I can find, like, you know, a non-free comic book day of this mall, I would pick this up. This could get picked up for something. The series is set in the 80s, and basically the story of this is a young teenage kid is kind of getting dragged into like a mob life, and he's kind of like a nerdy, geeky guy. and he's getting dragged into the mob through some family that passed away or whatnot. Don't want to give it away, but I mean, you can head on over to Scout's website and get the free comic book download and read it if you want. It was a pretty good story. Have not read Zinnober yet. I will carefully read one of these. They look like maybe we dodged a bullet here. I don't see any immediate damage, so I'm thinking that these are going to be okay. I'm going to open them up and throw a quick grade on them, and I'll let you know. So this is the cover A. Cover B has one of these dragons here, big on the cover, and I don't know, just that dragon maybe just turned people on, and they loved that cover. But like I said, they're not a ratio variant, so they're equally, you know, abundant or rare or whatever you want to call them. So it really doesn't make too much sense for me that one cover is going to stay like relatively that much higher price than the other. That's just my theory anyway. And this story is kind of very similar to that one movie that was out with dragons in it, where the dragons, Reign of Fire, I think it was called. I can't remember. But that's the one where the dragons came back to life and they like killed everyone, and it kind of turned into a dragon apocalypse. So I think this is kind of loosely based upon that, or similar to it, which could be a good story. And if it gets picked up for a TV show, then these books could go through the roof. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grade them and let you know how they came in. All right, guys, so here we go. I got two piles of the Zinnobers here. The ones on the left, there's 12 of them there. And these ones are all 9/8 candidates. None of them are going to be 9/8s without having work done to them, like dry cleaning and pressing and stuff like that. The middle here is going to be 9/4s, 9/6s. Some of them would need to have work done to them, dry cleaning, pressing, stuff like that. The mall free comic book day, that one, anyway, getting some glare there. This one is a 9/8 candidate, would need a press. So let's take a look at this one here. This is one that I think I'm calling this a 9/6 after press. Okay, so there's a small color break, spine stress there. A couple other little spine stresses there that don't seem to be breaking color. The rest of the spine looks pretty good on this one. And I believe we had a little something on this corner there, little lifted corner there. That should press out as well. And before you guys think, like, Jay, you're freaking crazy talking about dry cleaning and pressing comics that are really only worth about $6. I would obviously have no intention in dry cleaning and pressing any of these until 9.8s became worth at least, I would say, $200, and 9.6s were worth $100 or something like that. This is just when I pull them out and grade them, I'd take notes and put them, you know, in the back so that I don't ever have to take them out and grade them again, because to me that just seems like a big waste of time. Let's see if I can get some of this to show up. On a lot of these in the white area, I'm getting what I'm going to call color deposits. It's not really showing up too well. Let's see if I can come down here. Okay, so there's some. So right in here, you'll see underneath that gray, we've got you know, a little bit of looks like red. Or so basically what's happening is the comic that's sitting on top of these, you know, there's some in here too. It's not really showing up too good. You can see a little bit of gray there. So I call that a color deposit, which is basically the opposite of a color rub. So a color rub would be when some of the ink rubs off of the comic and then you see white underneath. Well, a color deposit is going to be the color rubbing off of the other comic and onto the next comic. The good thing is, with a really nice kneaded eraser, you can just erase that off very carefully. That's called dry cleaning. I can do that type of stuff myself. No big deal. Obviously, I wouldn't ever waste my time dry cleaning these books that are only worth $6 a piece. That's for the future. So what my plan is now is I'll go ahead and probably sell about half of these, and that may take a while for that to happen. Sell about half of them so that way I have no basically cost into the other 10, and then I'll hold those and hopefully they go up. If they don't, I mean, it is what it is. If they become worth something someday where they're worth a couple $100 a piece and a 9.8, then is when I go back and I start dry cleaning them, and either then I'll send them off to Mike at Hero Restoration to get pressed, and then we kind of go from there. But until that happens, then obviously I'm not going to be doing much of anything with them other than selling off the 10 just to kind of be at a break even. I am going to read one of these. And then
so Zinnober is similar to the movie Reign of Fire. Okay, Scout Comics has really been putting out some good stuff lately. The art is really good in this. I thought the story was pretty good. My only complaint was really there wasn't a lot of dialogue. You know, you get pages like this. You know, the art's amazing, but you know, you don't really have a lot to actually read, which is fine, but it's a pretty quick read. So my only complaint is I would have liked to have more, which I guess is a pretty good complaint, you know, right? If that's the only complaint I have, is that, hey, I wish the book was 3 times longer so I could find out a little bit more what happens. But the interior artwork is really good. The story left me basically wanting to know what happens in issue 2, and I think that this is possibly something that, you never know, could get picked up for some type of TV show or something. Scout does a lot of media stuff, and if this thing gets picked up for some type of TV show, then the sky is literally the limit. So I definitely recommend you pick it up if you want to read a pretty good story, and it may end up turning into a decent little spec book. Anyway, thanks guys. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and if you like this type of content, then we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.